Welcome back to Longtime Toolies. It's Kyle again, and this week I am making a candle holder. A candle holder for, obviously, a candle. My wife ordered this candle. It came in a nice glass case. The glass thing got shattered into a bunch of pieces while it was being shipped. She tried to return it. They said they didn't want it back, so she got a refund, and we got to keep the candle. So now I'm going to make a candle holder out of this wood. I stacked and glued a bunch of wood together, so I'm kind of going to make a bandsaw box style candle holder. It'll be pretty sweet. I'll show you guys what I got to do. So first things first, I have to cut a base off of this. So I'm going to cut it down so that I already traced the candle here. I'm going to cut this whole big piece out on the bandsaw. So I'm just going to go all the way around on the bandsaw. Oh, I'm already bleeding a little bit. No big deal. So first I got to take the base off, and then I'm going to cut it in a circle. So first thing you got to do in order to get a nice clean base is to cut one side completely flush. You can use a miter saw for that. Pretty basic stuff. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just need it to be flat. So I'll put it up against the saw, give it a nice clean cut. Oh, safety first, boots. Gotta wear my eye pro. All right, here we go. All right, got a nice clean cut here. Got a little corner out, but take that off with the utility knife. So now we got a flat side so that when I run it through the bandsaw, it'll be flat on the table. Now I got to get the bandsaw set up. Let's get to that. Okay, got the bandsaw ready to go. All I did was set the fence. I'll show you here. I set the fence super close to the blade because I'm just going to take this one little piece, this one little backing off. We'll see how it works. So once again, safety first. Let's do this. All right, so you see here, I got the bottom of it and I got the top. I need to cut this big block out of the middle. That might take a little while, so buckle up. Before I cut, this has to get glued back together, and I gotta cut what's gonna be the ring. So I wanna cut along a part of a line of the grain. That'll just be easier to hide. So I'm gonna cut along the grain and then start that big circle in the middle. Alright, so you can kind of see it start taking shape. Here's the waist out of the middle. See that? Kind of a yin-yang thing. I might hold on to this block. I can make stuff out of this block. So probably be pretty cool is like a bandsaw box that follows that flow. It's real smooth. And here is what's going to be the candle holder. Now we have to cut out just the corners. We're going to remove these corners so that all we'll have left is a ring. That's all we want left is a ring. Let's get to that. Forgot my safety glasses last time. No one yelled at me. You guys sitting here, I'm cutting through a bandsaw. You guys won't even open your goddamn mouths and tell me to put my safety glasses on. Some friends you are. We got that done. Here it is. Real basic, real nice little, it's just a ring. I mean, really, that's all it is. So what we'll do is, now I want to trace the bottom ring out and cut that out. That'll be a lot easier compared. So I want to line it up to what I had. I'll line it up to this. I'll trace it and I'll take this to the table saw, and then I'll start gluing all this stuff back together. I got it traced, it's traced out. Now I just got to cut it and then start gluing stuff up. Got the base cut out now. Now I need to get to gluing. Before I get going, once I had the base cut out, it was a lot easier to line up where the base goes. So you'll see, you can kind of see the grain on the bottom. You can see the grain on the base. So really, I already made my marks, but you'll see the grain will still line up. So you can see there, I mean, it's not perfect because I took a little bit out, but you want that to line back up. First thing we're gonna do, we're gonna glue this up, then we're gonna glue it to the base. Since I'm gonna be sanding it all over the place, the glue can be kind of messy. I don't need to do super tight seams or like real clean. So I'm just gonna beat it across there, let it fall in. I just want it to be touching everywhere. And then kind of spread it around. See that? Spread it on the inside. So mainly just so it doesn't drip everywhere. And then once you get that, you just kind of want to make sure the outside seam is probably going to be the most important one, because that's what people are going to see. So you're just going to apply one clamp, but I'm going to be smart. I'm not going to be a dummy, and I'm going to do it from the side. No, I'm not. I'm going to do it from the top so that I can glue it on the bottom. It's pretty strong. Yeah, it is, but you don't want to pull too hard on it because the wood will start to pinch in and then your seam will be all messed up. So I can see there I went a little too far. See it just as it begins to squeeze. Give it an eyeball test. That looks pretty good. So now let's get our base so we can let it dry, start sanding and finishing. Here we go. I'll put the glue on the ring, so it'll just be easier than doing the outside. Doesn't need to be a big bead, but I mean, like I said, it's all getting sanded down, so more glue won't kill you. Find my alignment. I made 1 and 2. Here's the 2. Find the 2. Pinch that on there. Should have gotten these ready beforehand. Big dummy. Sitting here like a dipshit now. Get that first clamp on, but don't tighten it all the way down. Don't get it all the way down yet. Just get it so it sits. We're not committing yet. We have commitment issues. Get the second one. And get that third one. We'll do it like that. And then kind of like putting on the lug nuts, you don't want to go in a, you want to go like dot, 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 dot all the way around. You don't want to go in a circle. So I'm just going to tighten them down, let it get set, kind of check it elsewhere, make sure it's coming together tight. The seam doesn't have to be perfect because like I keep saying, we're going to sand it. Okay, that looks pretty good. Here's the inside. Here's the sides. Not bad. So we'll let it dry and then we'll come back. All right, toolies, this is all done. Took it off the clamps. I sanded it. I sanded the outside with 80, 120, 220. Put a nice little, it's pretty smooth. It turned out all right. It turned out all right. The seam isn't perfect. Some spots are better than others. The seam where the base was cut out. And the inside, I mean, I didn't really sand it. I don't care. I did take a hand rasp and a file to it just to kind of smooth out some of the edges. all told, for a bunch of scrap wood, not too bad. A couple, I think really it only took me about 45 minutes, start to finish. And now, here's the important part. See this candle? Like a glove. And here's the lid that came with the first broken one. Look at that. Fits perfect. Fits perfect. Now, I'll address the obvious. This is wood. Wood, if you didn't know, catches on fire. Candles, if you didn't know, have fire in them. They make fire. You light the wick and it's fire. So, kind of a concern, I guess. Not so much. I like to live dangerously. The wicks are pretty close into the edge. Unless something crazy happens, I really don't think that this is going to catch on fire. And if it did, I mean, we don't just leave candles burning at all hours in our house. We're not barbarians. And the other thing, the second very obvious thing, it's kind of ugly, right? I mean, I used 2 different kinds of plywood. I got maple and then just regular old, I don't know, birch plywood. Is boring. And then here's some yellow pine on the bottom, and here's just some regular pine. Kind of ugly. It's okay. Lots of things are ugly, and we still love them. Some of you are ugly, and people might love you. At least your parents might, hopefully. So, not too bad. It was fun. It was a fun little project. It's super easy. If you have a bandsaw, you can knock this out no problem. I use scrap wood, so I'm quickly, slowly whittling my scrap wood pile down. That's all I got. I'll take this. This was the cutout from in here, and I'll make a nice little bandsaw box. Probably do a video on it. Maybe make a few in one video just to see the possibilities. Other than that, that's all I got for today. Real simple, easy video, easy project. And that's it. If you guys want to see something, let us know. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, @LongtimeToolies. Check us out on Pinterest. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and hit the thumbs up and subscribe. Leave a comment if you want. Other than that, we'll see you next time, Toolies.